What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne.
I'm Isha Wayne.
And thank you for joining us in another video. Today we've dropped by one of my home turfs to shoot. We are back at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast. My friend Ben's blogger said the new 2023 GLC 300 came in, so of course I had to come check this car out. So Isha, you're familiar with the GLC.
Yep.
This is one of Mercedes-Benz's most important models. This is one of their best-selling models in the luxury compact segment. So it's going against the likes of vehicles such as the BMW X3, right? So right off the bat, from the exterior, you can tell that this is more of an evolution of the previous generation. So this was already a great selling vehicle.
Which I like. Why
change the exterior design drastically, right?
Yeah.
So it looks relatively the same, but sharper and more modernized. So what do you think about the exterior, just in general?
I think it looks really good. You know, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but once upon a time ago, it was the GLK.
That's correct. That's
and
correct.
It was real boxy.
Look at you. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so then it changed to more of the rounded shape, and now they're just evolving it again.
Right.
You know, so I like it.
Yep.
You know, I like the GLK when it was boxing. You know, I don't really like boxy cars. But it's always has looked really good and fresh.
Yes. So the GLC definitely does something for you in terms of the design. So starting up front, again, it's just modernized. You know, you had the sleeker headlamps. The headlamps are now digital, and they're packed with technology. For example, if the car needs to warn you about veering off a lane or there's a pedestrian, it can project images onto the street like a projector and warn you. That's technology. So this has digital headlamps. You'll notice the grille has a new design to it. It's fresh, but it's also composed of small Mercedes-Benz stars.
I love that.
In the grille.
I love that.
That's sharp. I think it's really cool how Mercedes always finds a way to integrate their symbol into their vehicles.
Yeah.
Now coming towards the hood, you know, it's a subtle design. It's not too drastic or jarring, right? So it's just smooth and sculpted, which meets the definition of the rest of the car, right? Underneath the hood, we're powered by a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, mild hybrid system. This is giving us 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, connected to a 9-speed automatic transmission, gives us 0 to 60 in about 6.2 seconds. So for the average person who's going to be driving this, you know, that's going to be enough power. It's enough get up and go. Fuel economy, you're looking at about 25 city and 32 highway, which isn't bad. We'll lay into the accelerator a little bit, and it's a smooth
I love it.
acceleration.
I need this.
So you need it already? We've only made one turn, and you're talking about you need... Oh boy, this is my mistake for getting you back into Mercedes.
Yeah,
this my mistake. But it's the new GLC, so I had to check it out.
But you know I want this vehicle. It's either that or you know what.
Okay, all right. Okay, so coming to the side profile, this one is fitted with the 21-inch AMG multi-spoke wheels with black accents. Goes great against the Cirrus silver paintwork. What do you think about the Cirrus silver on this car?
Oh, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of has like a slight tint to it of blue, maybe. Maybe that's why I like it. Almost reminds me a little bit of diamond silver, a little bit. But I think it looks stunning. And of course, you have body color wheel arches on this vehicle as well, body color mirrors, what you would expect from a Mercedes-Benz. The side profile, it might be hard to tell, but this car is about 2.4 inches longer than the outgoing generation, but the lines hide it well. I did notice that there is a higher belt line on this vehicle. It makes it look a little bit bigger. And then of course you do have the, you know, the silver accents along your window surrounds, but overall the profile is similar to what you would expect on a GLC vehicle.
Right.
Now coming towards the back, of course, you have all LED everything. The tail lamps are all LED, and they feature Mercedes-Benz new design language, similar to what you'll see on the shape of, you know, the S-Class and the other vehicles. So they're going with that shape, that design language translates well here. Now, when it comes to the cargo space, roughly a 10% increase from the previous generation. So the car, it just has a lot of usability to it, right? A lot of usability, and I love the design. Now, in terms of handling, how do you feel in this car?
Oh, I feel really good. It's smooth, even on the turns. And we got some side bolstering here that keeps me planted in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what you expect?
Exactly. So it's everything you expect from a Mercedes-Benz, right? When we review the Mercedes-Benz vehicles, I'm coming into the gate with expectations that are different than when I review something like a Hyundai Palisade or something like that, right? The fit, finish, and the composition of this car is a cut above all of that, right? And that's what you're paying for. So when I say the price tag for this one is roughly $62,000, no one's going to be shocked by that price point because you know what you're getting.
Gotcha.
Interior, Isha, what do you think?
Oh, I love it.
Because you were wow.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, they really have updated the entire like look from the outside, inside. I mean, even the headrest, like everything's different.
Everything is different.
So, I mean, it looks great. It really does. It's futuristic forward, but not like in a bad way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not that I'm in a spaceship.
Exactly. Exactly. So a couple things. First off, I want to start off by saying the interior is quiet. And that's what you want when you're driving a vehicle like this, right?
Absolutely.
Now, the first thing that hops out at you visually is the interior contrast, the color combination, the spec, right? This is called Sienna Brown, and the black is MB Tex, right? So Sienna Brown and MB Tex. You do have the anthracite wood trim, the fine line anthracite wood trim. Nice and textured. Feel that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
But it's not real wood, right?
It is.
Oh.
This is real wood trim.
Oh, I just knew it was fake.
Yeah. So
wow.
This is the anthracite wood trim.
I like that.
You like that?
You know, the wood grain. They've done like wood grain has gone from wood grain to here to here. There's different levels.
It's
of
levels
wood grain,
to it.
You know.
It's levels to it, and this is nice.
And usually the luxury one is the one that's like all with the gloss on it. You know what I mean, right?
So glossy it looks fake sometimes.
Yeah, but this is pretty cool.
Nice feedback, right?
Yeah.
Look at the top of the dash, how it just flows. It's organic. You have the curvature for the air conditioning vents. The air conditioning vents feature LEDs inside each and every one. You know, maneuvering this, go ahead and do that. You feel a sense of quality.
Yeah, it's not like thin, like cheap.
Right, there's some resistance to it, right?
It's kind of heavy, like.
And that gives you a sense of quality, and it tells you that this is a car that's been put together well, right? You don't want to pay $60,000 for a vehicle and, you know, have stuff that just feels like, oh, they just pulled it from a random parts bin, right? Coming lower, we have an 11.9-inch touchscreen display, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You guys see I got the Apple CarPlay there going for you. Nice and easy to use and responsive as well. That's pretty much it. So you know with Mercedes, pretty much all the controls are located here. Air conditioning controls and all that located right here. So the controls that you need to use the most will always be here on the bottom, right? But while we're stopped, I will take advantage of the camera system. So this does feature a 360-degree camera system, right? You can zoom in there.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty neat, right? It allows you to see everything that's around you, especially in parking lot situations. And this does also feature a security system. So if your car is parked and it gets bumped by something, one of the cameras can be used to take an image of what bumped you, right? So I always am fascinated how Mercedes takes advantage of technology that they've already had the car. They said, we got the cameras there. Let's go ahead and allow them to take a snippet of whatever hit or damaged your vehicle. So you like all the options there, huh?
Yeah.
You're just playing around with it.
Yeah, just trying to get it back to the normal view.
There you go. So that's the normal 360-degree camera view. I can go back home, hit Apple CarPlay, and I'm right back to where I was, right? Coming lower, we have the piano black trim here. Underneath here, we have 2 cup holders. We have USB ports. We have wireless charging, right?
Can I go back to the screen? I really like the screen size.
Yeah, go back. What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm just saying I really like the screen size.
Yeah.
It's not too big, it's not too small, it's perfect.
Right. It is a nice size.
Yeah.
Not overbearing for this vehicle.
Right, and you still have some buttons here too.
Exactly. So you do have some buttons here for your dynamic select, depending on what driving mode you want to be in. You got the comfort, sport, individual mode. This is a GLC, so I'm not going to go through all of that. You guys are familiar with it. Again, with Mercedes-Benz vehicles, I will say this. Throughout the entire lineup, there seems to be a trend of familiarization. If you learn how to navigate through one, you can navigate through all of them. And with other manufacturers, I noticed that depending on what model, I might have to fiddle with it a little bit before I get acclimated to the controls, right? So I like how it's a uniform control throughout the whole fleet. Coming further back, we do have additional storage here. And again, the sounds, it doesn't sound cheap. It just sounds well put together.
Right.
And that's what you want to have in a vehicle like this. What do you think about the comfortability of the seats?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good, right?
It's real nice.
Of course, you got 3 levels of heating and cooling. You got seat position memory, of course, right? And then the two-tone, it's just really gorgeous.
It's amazing. This is like a saddle brown or something?
Yeah, they refer to it as sienna brown.
Sienna, yeah. But I was going to say like an orangey brown rust.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's really good.
Right? And of course, you're getting an obnoxiously large panoramic roof.
But I love it.
It's amazing.
It's almost the entire roof.
It's amazing. Right? Mercedes-Benz panoramic roofs, I love those. You just can't get enough of them. The natural light that comes pouring into this cabin and hitting this, natural kind of leather finish color here, the sienna brown, it just illuminates the interior of this vehicle. Right? Coming over to the steering wheel, of course, you're getting the updated steering wheel design that Mercedes-Benz is dropping in a lot of their vehicles. Of course, you have touch capacitive buttons on either side for your volume, your phone control, or to scroll through the instrument cluster. You have different configurations you can use in the instrument cluster as well, right? You do have nice, chunky metal shift paddles behind the steering wheel. Really nice to the touch. I don't know how else to describe it.
I think it's time to put on the GPS.
Oh no! I'm not even gonna do that. I know
Starbucks is at, which is right down there.
I'm not even gonna do that. No Starbucks test. I'm not falling for that. But feel these paddles here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's not just a plastic paddle, right? That feels nice. Behind it, I have a 12.3-inch TFT display. Again, it's configurable based on what mode that you're in, right? So I love how even the sun's hitting it directly and I'm not being punched in the face with a bunch of glare or struggling to see what's on the screen. That's really important. Now this one is optioned out to the 9s. We have a head-up display system in this vehicle, right? So when you see this pocket here, that's part of the head-up display system in this vehicle. So
it's not storage.
Right. It's not storage. What you get right now, it's showing me the speed limit and the speed I'm going. You also have the augmented reality navigation system in here as well. So it's going to help out with all of that. Door panels, Isha, what do you think?
Nice. I really like it. I'm in love. I'm sold.
I knew you would like this one. I knew I was in trouble once they gave me this spec.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Nice. So notice how you're just touching everything. Because everything feels good.
Yeah, there's different...
It's a lot of textures going on.
Right, it is. But I like it.
Right, so you have, the black leather up top, contrast stitching, the sienna brown. Then you have the silver accents for your door handles and seat controls. The touch capacitive buttons for the seat controls. They don't move. You apply force to them and it moves the seat. Try it.
Right, I did.
You tried it. You just touching everything in this car. All right, 3-position memory, of course, controls for your heated and cooled seats, which I mentioned before. And then where your window controls are, there's a nice textured finish there. Nice metallic finish. You keep rubbing that and you don't even realize it because everything in this car feels good.
Yeah.
It's the build quality, right? And of course you have the LED lighting throughout the cabin, your selection of up to 64 colors. there for you. And then coming lower, you do have storage on the bottom of the doors as well. Now, the doors on the second row get the same treatment. You get just as much luxury in terms of the comfortability in the second row as you do up front, right? So you have the contoured seating in the second row, and that sienna brown really just pops out on that second row as well. And since this is a longer vehicle than the previous generation,
Really?
expect slightly more leg room back there, right? It's just about 2.5 inches longer. So it's something you would feel when you sit back there as opposed to seeing just by looking back there. So overall, I think Mercedes-Benz has done it again in terms of knowing what their customer base wants, right? This is already a top-selling vehicle. And vehicles like this, even though it's not like an S-Class or an SL, it's a vehicle that Mercedes really has to get right because it's the bread and butter, right? These sell way more than any of the higher-end vehicles like the EQS or, you know, the super luxury six-figure vehicles that they are also known for. This is something they have to get right, and I think they did. Right, you have air conditioning vents back there as well. And of course, you can drop down the second row seating at the push of the button from the rear of the cabin, but you do have to manually raise them. But once they're dropped down, you do have quite a bit of storage.
Nice.
So the usability is there for this vehicle. Isha, any closing thoughts on this one?
Yes, I love it. I think they did a great job on this redesign. It's sleek, it's polished, it's updated, and I feel like all the textures are amazing. The tech in here, they did it, and it's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's a beautiful vehicle, guys.
It is.
If you get a chance to test drive one, do so. I mean, it's a banger.
It's comfortable, daily driver. You can go on road trips. It's all of that for me.
Right. I mean, listen to how quiet. You can't even hear anything around us.
No. And I need that.
You can't hear anything around us now, right?
I need that.
So it's designed to be like a safe haven in your commute.
Right.
What an amazing machine. So if you guys are interested in this vehicle, please be sure to hit up my friend Benz Blogger, aka Jesse Cannon-Wallace at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Special thanks goes out to Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast for making this review possible. All right, and until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.